Hello, travelers. I am Paul, and this is Travels with PMB. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back to my channel. What do I focus on with this channel? I focus on all things travel, whether it be a cruise, all inclusive resorts, restaurant reviews, concerts, and so much more. Also, I am a travel advisor. And so, if you are looking for that dream vacation, make sure you check me out by emailing bookwithpmb@gmail.com. So, we are getting ready to start the live, and it starts in Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's Monday is doing well. Your when Monday is great and your week even greater. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me know how you're doing, how your day was. I'm going to go through the comments, see who's here. And then our topic tonight is going to be part two from last week. So if you missed last week, I went over a lot of information, and so we are going to continue with the topic. You don't want to travel internationally. What are your options? And we're dealing with cruises and cruise ports. So this is part two. So let's go and see who is here. D. Neil is here. Happy Monday. And thank you for being a channel member. Shay is here. Happy Monday, Shay. And thank you also for being a channel member. Happy Monday, Maggie. Thank you for coming through. Happy Monday, Jaden. Thank you for coming through. Happy Monday, Amelia. Thank you for coming through. How was everybody's Monday? How was your Monday? How was your week? How has it been since last week to this week? Um, are you in parts of the country where you're experiencing some bad weather yet still? Is the weather getting better? Are you experiencing some nice weather, or it's still kind of cold, rainy? Like today, it was a little rainy where I'm at. Not all day, but a part of the day it was rainy. And so it's going to be a mix of that. I guess spring anyway comes with rain. So we haven't had like consistent good weather, warm weather without it being rainy or chilly or what have you for a while. Good. Thank you, Lord Jones. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. I'm glad you had a great Monday and a great week. Lee, happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. Happy Monday, everyone. Shay saying 86 yesterday, high of 46 today. Crazy. That's what happened here, like maybe 2 weeks ago. It was 70. We were thinking that if we were going to get out of it, and then it kept dropping, went back to 30s, 40s, all that stuff. And so definitely not consistent. It's just kind of crazy. I guess once it happens, it's just going to probably hit. It's just going to be one of those things where it's just going to go consistently. We're going to be going from all of these ups and downs in the weather, and then next thing, boom, it's just like 70s. Um, Ohio here. Ohio, okay. And so let's go. First of all, I have some announcements. Have a great stream. We'll watch replay. Oh, okay. I know, Lee, you're in UK, so thank you so much for coming on and just showing your face, or just commenting. So have a good night, and so I'll see you another time. So before I have a few announcements before I go into the stream, and so we were talking about, as I said, you don't want to travel internationally. I have a couple of group cruises, and one of them you do not have to travel internationally. And this is my Travels with PNB group cruise. Now I'm almost halfway there of selling out the cabins I have. So the ones that are already booked and the ones that are anticipating that they're saying that they're looking to book. And so therefore, I think that this will be a great opportunity for those individuals maybe who don't want to travel internationally right now with all the stuff happening and may still want to give it some time, even though it's at the end of the year. It's a 3-day cruise right out of Florida, Orlando. I want us to be able to meet up before the cruise and have some good time, have a hotel that we just kind of have as the hotel for the cruise. Then maybe get a bite to eat and things of that nature, and then hang out on the cruise. And then it's going to Nassau, it's going to Ocean Cay, MSC Seashore. It's only $99 per person deposit. I think it is very reasonable. And then you can see what we have. We have the deluxe interior, deluxe ocean view, and deluxe balcony based upon double occupancy. And there's a $25 on board credit per room. And so if you're interested, book with pmb at gmail.com for that one. I'm really looking forward to this one. I've been on MSC before, but it's been a while. And so this will be, even for me, another opportunity. It seems like since the time I've been on MSC, a lot of things has changed in terms of the food quality. The last time I went on there, one of the things I did appreciate was the entertainment, and so I enjoyed the entertainment. They had the deck parties, the production show, the singing, the dancing. So I'm looking forward for going on this also once again. So if you're interested, let me know. As I said, I'm halfway there, but there are still rooms available. And so now, if you say like, yeah, I'll travel international, but maybe not to the Middle East. Here we have it, MSC World Asia. Now, if you know about MSC World America and how so many people love that ship, MSC World Asia is going to be the sister ship to MSC World Asia, World America, and it is going to be coming out this year. And so this will be literally the second sailing. Initially, it was the first, but then they added another sailing to it. It's a 7-day cruise, December 11th to the 18th. So that's from a Friday to a Friday. So you could decide to go a day before or maybe go after and spend some time in Barcelona. And so it's going to be leaving from Barcelona, going to Marseille, France, Genoa, Italy, Rome, Italy, Messina, Italy, and Malta. And so the places I've never been to. And so if you're interested, if you've never been to any of these places before, then come on board and book. And so we have deluxe interiors, we have infinite ocean views, we have deluxe balcony. These rates here are based upon double occupancy, and I literally have only one solo cabin left in my itinerary. So there are solo cabins. One has. I only have two. One is gone, and I have one more that the price is not here. And so, if you're interested in the double occupancy, 199 per person. And so, I think this is great. This is going to be due the final payment in September, and the one for MSC Seashore, the final payment will be in August. And so, one more announcement, and then I'm going to go back to the chat. Now, this is something that I let my members know. And so, I'm excited about this. So, this is something that I've never have done before. It's a first time for me. And so, I am an author now. Literally, the book just came out today. It was on pre order before, and so, if you are interested, it is a book about prayer. It is not a book of prayers, but it's a book speaking about prayer. The ebook will be available April 6th, but the paperback on Amazon is available now. If you scan that barcode, it will take you directly to it. It takes like maybe 72 hours for the actual image of the book to come up on Amazon, but you can order it and you should be able to get it as depending on where you live, possibly even this week. And so, if you're interested, the barcode is there. You can scan it, and therefore, if you want to support or if you know somebody who will be able to use it, would love to have it. And so, this is my first time. I'm excited about this. And so I'm probably gonna have to, a lot of people has been asking me about signing it for them. So I'm going to have like a virtual release, possibly on Facebook, not possibly on Facebook, and then possibly maybe do something um where I have like a not like a formal like sit down and have a release, but then like just go somewhere with some books and then be able to sign people's books. So I am looking forward to what this is going to I'm looking forward to this in terms of like in the next few weeks, just kind of just spreading it and marketing it. So I'm gonna be a little busy in the next few weeks. So let's see who is in chat. Who did I miss? Josiane, happy Monday. Thank you for coming through, and also thank you for being a channel member. Let's see who else is here. YOLO, happy Monday. Also, thank you for being a channel member. And so let me know who's interested in either the Seashore. If you've been on Seashore before, let me know if you're also interested in maybe doing MSC World Asia. Just let me know. And you could always, I said, email me if you're interested, if you want a quote, and so that we can get you on the ship. I'm looking forward to both of them actually. And so let us go back. So the last time we ended off with San Juan, right? San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we talked about sailing from San Juan being a place where it was beautiful. I've sailed from there many times. And then sailing from San Juan, you could go to so many different islands because everything is so close. And so I've been on cruises where I sailed out of San Juan and I've seen some amazing places. And so we're going to come back to the continental US. And so the next place we're going to talk about is Alabama, Mobile, Alabama. Has anybody sailed out of Alabama? I've never sailed out of Alabama. But where does cruises out of Alabama go to? Caribbean cruises. It goes to the Caribbean, Central America, like Belize, Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica, South America, Colombia, and Mexico. So right now, the only cruise line that is sailing out of Alabama is Carnival. And so therefore, if you've never been to Alabama, this is your opportunity before you get on a cruise or after you get off a cruise just to explore another place in America. And so I looked up some of the things that you can go do while you're there. Exhibition at Africa Town Heritage House, attend the Mardi Gras Carnival Festival. So they have something, we know about it in New Orleans, but they also have something like a Mardi Gras also in Alabama. I don't know if you ever knew that. Mobile Carnival Museum, the USS Alabama Battleship Memorial. You have the Cathedral Basilica of the Immaculate Conception. And so there are things that you can do right in Alabama. Who's here? I saw somebody say I'm missing somebody. Hey, Legacia, happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. Scotty, happy Monday. Thank you for coming through as well. Foodie's Vacation is here. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. And so, what's next? New Orleans. So, who has sailed out of New Orleans before? Does anybody sail? Let me know in the comments. Have you sailed out of New Orleans? And so I sailed out of New Orleans one time. I actually really enjoyed myself because that wasn't the first time being in New Orleans. So I took advantage of being in New Orleans beforehand. I think I might have stayed either 1 or 2 days before. And so New Orleans, if you don't know, is the place of the Essence Festival. And so can you imagine maybe you do something like the festival, the Essence Festival, maybe you do something like the Jazz Festival. They have a jazz festival also in New Orleans. They also have Mardi Gras. And so it's possible for you to say, okay, I don't want to really just go somewhere for 3 days. Tag on a cruise right at the end of it, before it, and do something right there in New Orleans. And the food is amazing. I love the culture. When you go to New Orleans, if you've never been to New Orleans, sometimes you go and then just people are just singing, dancing, playing instruments right in the streets, right? It's amazing. It's a amazing place, a musical place, and so a place full of culture and history. And so therefore, I think it's a really great place that you should try out, not so much only for the cruise, but just the experience of being able to do also New Orleans and then maybe a cruise. And Team Reese's, oh, Team Reese just came in. Now, I just was going to mention you. Team Reese. DT Cruises here. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. Um, last sailing before the shutdown. Oh, you did. Oh, wow. You did New Orleans. Okay. What ship did you do? It got to be Royal, right? What ship did you do for that? So Team Reese, just talking about New Orleans. Kiki just came in time. So if you've never been to New Orleans, and as I was saying, maybe the possibility of tagging on a cruise while being in New Orleans, and just having a good time in New Orleans, and tagging on a cruise afterwards. Team Reese and MH Family Adventures and other people are going to do a cruise in May, I believe, of 2027. Just put the dates down there, Kiki, and let them know what is the ship. And so then you get a chance to actually hang out. It's a group cruise, hang out with other people, have fun with them, especially if you're a solo cruiser, or maybe you don't know or who you'd want to go with to New Orleans. It's a great opportunity. And so take advantage of it. In May 2027, if I'm not mistaken. And so therefore just let everybody know, Kiki, what's the information. So if you're interested, go. I was thinking about maybe if I could just sneak down there for the weekend. Um, um, and also just being with them, and then because that very week I have a cruise, so I can't do the cruise with them. So maybe something like that. And so think about it. A lot of people, they may not want to go somewhere for a short time. So I always say one of the two things, right? Like, say for a lot of people are saying they don't like 3 day cruises. So for example, I just talked about the seashore. So I talked about the seashore. Yes, it's a 3 day cruise, and you're like, oh, but I don't want to fly down there for 3 day cruise. I'm going to be down there from the 10th. So I'm going to be down there from the 10th, and my vacation is starting from the 10th, and then we'll end off on the 15th, right? Before I fly back home. And so you could do things like that. Just tag on something else. And so there's so much to do in Orlando, right? I could do the Walt Disney, I could do one of the Universal Studios, I could just go to different places, places maybe that I've never been to before. And so just taking opportunities, just while you're down there, you might as well just tag on something else and do a little bit more time before you go back home. The geisha says, I have sailed out. No, it is. Oh, it is in my backyard. Oh, okay, cool. Man, you got an opportunity to go to Louisiana all time. Wow. New Orleans all the time. Hey, hey, how you doing? Carlene is here. See it with C. Happy Monday. Oh, you did Majesty of the Seas. Okay. Okay. Yes, so early to get to New Orleans again. Yes, so ready to get to New Orleans again. And she's gonna give us the information. More to see is here. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. Okay, so this is the information. If you're interested, reach out to Team Reese Travels. They have this sailing in New Orleans, May 14th to the 15th. They're going to be in New Orleans, and May 16th to 20th, they're going to go on Carnival Dream. And so therefore just take advantage of it if you've never done it. If you're near there, and then maybe you can drive there or what have you, maybe even don't have to take a plane, just take advantage of it and just tack on that and have a great time in New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans, as I said. I think the third time was the time with the cruise, and I enjoyed myself every time. There's always something to do. There's a House of Blues there. I've been to oh my God. I'm gonna say the places because I think I put it in here of all the things that and the places that you can go to while in New Orleans. So let's get to it. So some of the places that you can get to by cruise: Caribbean, Central America, Belize, Honduras. Oh, I think I said that, but let's go to where you can go. I talked about no, that was from Mobile, Alabama. So Louisiana, Caribbean, Mexican, Central America, Belize, Honduras, Panama, UK, Europe, France, Spain, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Iowa, Seattle. Some repositioning cruises, and what cruise lines? Carnival. They're gonna do the Carnival Dream, and CL Royal Viking for river cruising, and then you could explore the French Quarter, check out the Frenchman Street, the National World War II Museum, which I did do. a show at Preservation Hall. You have to do the show at Preservation Hall. It is amazing. It is a small venue. These talented musicians. Sometimes I think not all the time they had singing. I think one time they had a singer. I think one time it was just pure music. It's not a big venue. It's not necessarily like a big. So it's not going to be like the plush seats or it's benches, but it is a great opportunity. And I don't remember it being very expensive either. So check out a show at Preservation Hall. I think you won't be disappointed, especially if you love jazz. If you're a jazz lover or if you just love all types of music, Preservation Hall is a great place to be. Jazz performance at the Spotted Cat Music Club. They have House of Blues. I've been to House of Blues for an event there as well. Cruise on a steamboat, and so they have steamboats there. You could do a dinner cruise on a steamboat if you decide to do that. So there is a lot of things. Play and get your beignets to eat, get your nice soul food, and I think New Orleans. If you never experienced New Orleans, you don't have to do it during Mardi Gras and go there and all that stuff. If you don't want to do Essence Festival, go maybe off times because then it becomes less hectic for your first time. Because when you even like one time I went to Essence Festival, I stayed a day before and it was just like night and day, like maybe 2 days before Essence Festival and it was like night and day. It was just like not a lot of people. I'm roaming. The restaurants wasn't overpacked and overcrowded, and so it was a great time to just be able to just explore and not feel like I just can't get into a regular restaurant because so many people are there. And so take advantage of it, right? Take advantage of it. It's in 2027. Who else is? She's a C Keisha. She's saying hi to everybody. Hey, Bill. Bill is on a ship right now. Thank you so much for coming. He's enjoying his Royal Caribbean cruise. We're saying hi to each other. Okay, Carlene is a host. Carlene is a host. Okay, I could remember all of the hosts. Um, we're saying hi to Bill. Yolanda says, I love NOLA. Been to Mardi Gras twice. How was Mardi Gras? How was the turn up? Was it crazy? As it seems, the throwing of the beads, the public nudity or, flashing. How was Mardi Gras? Was it more crazy than you would think it was, or is it a little bit more tame? Hey, Tanya, thank you for coming through. Happy travels. Did I say hi to Keisha? Hi, Keisha. Thank you for coming through. Um, my man, I've never done Mardi Gras or the Essence Festival. I've been there twice. I really enjoyed it. I haven't been there in a while, but I used to see people just kind of like, and that was before what is it, Road Trip with Queen Latifah and all of them. That was before that. I went to Essence Festival, and then after that movie, it seems like Essence Festival got crazy in terms of the amount of people going, and it got so expensive in terms of the hotels and stuff like that. If you want to book Essence Festival, you literally have to, as soon as they have like hotels available and things of that nature, you have to book it, and the dates. You have to book it like a year at the end of the year going into June. So if you want it for next year, for example, book it this year because the hotels will sell out, and then it gets a little bit more expensive for the hotel. So then just book it and just before maybe even knowing the full. So sometimes like I would wait to see who's on the lineup for the artists, and I think I said the next if I go another time, if I plan to go another time, it would have to be an artist that I really want to see, like this artist that I've never seen, and I'm really looking forward to see, right? And so maybe something like that. We're saying Tiny saying hi to everybody. Agreed. Go off season when it's not so crowded. You will not be exactly. See, Yolanda confirms with me. Go off season when it's not so crowded. I remember I went to a restaurant and there was must been a local and it was just a restaurant that just for breakfast and the wait time was crazy. And so what somebody says like, wow, that got to be that's that Essence Festival crowd. So it just goes to show you that go in off time so that you don't have to deal with these huge amounts of crowds, and so that you could be able to enjoy some places to eat. There's a place I think it's called Dookie Chase. That's supposed to be known for some incredible fried chicken, and that's a place like I would love to go back to. I've been to several restaurants there from time to time, just trying out different things, and so just go there for the food, the culture, the ambiance, the just everything that it is. Try the beignets, Um, I love the beignets that's there as well. Shay, you and I got some branching out to do. Come on now, Keisha, y'all gonna do, all right. Y'all plan a trip together, Keisha and Shay, New Orleans, Essence Festival next year. It's around like July 4th. So if you can find something this year, you could try to see what the rates look like and just go down there. So it's not long. It's like a 3-day weekend, right? And it's usually around July 4th. So you may not even have to take a lot of vacation days. But if you've never been there before, I would recommend at least a day before, because some people I'm sure fly in the day of. Because the day of, I believe, is like the night concert. Then the day after that, they have some day sessions and night sessions. So you can fly in the day of and then go to the first night concert at the arena or the stadium. And so that's something that you can do. All right, come on, Shay. Come on, Shay. Let's go. Shay and Keisha, New Orleans. Do it. Together we travel. Happy Monday. You got to make each of at least once. You got to make each at least one, Shay. Yeah, do it. Yes and no. In some areas, I went both times in my 20s, but I've been to NOLA multiple times since, and it's always a good time. Always a good time. Spirit. Tanya says Mardi Gras was a time, no flashing bulls like what you think. Okay, because sometimes people, sometimes what you see or what you've heard is like crazy. Party all night, drinks are cheap, fun is had, crowds and music and food. Fun. I would not do Mardi Gras again. I would not. I would not do Mardi Gras again. Um, yes, I need to do more. Hey, Zach, thank you for coming through. Happy Monday, Zach. Zach is saying hi to everybody. Let me see. Let's see, Keisha. Let's do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. Let's go. Either that or you do go with Team Reese and do their thing. Whatever it is, just go and check it out for yourself. Speak for yourself, Tanya. Oh, so Yolo's saying she would go back to Mardi Gras. She loving it. I would suggest the sessions as well, as they are usually very fun. Oh yes, so it's amazing. Amazing, Legacia. Do you go to Essence every year? Because it's amazing that you would live down there, and before I knew you, you never know. We could have probably been in the same place, and we did not. Before we even knew each other. I like the day sessions also. It's at two different places. I forgot the name of the place that they have it at during the day. But Essence Festival, they have it in one place in the more in the day, and then at night they have it at the stadium for the concerts. And so, if you've never been in the daytimes, they'll have all these different stages, and they'll have all these different people, celebrities, just walking back and forth like they're nobody, and they're on stages. There's singing going on. What I used to like is there's food in there, so you could have your full of food as well. And then I don't know if they still have it, but what they used to do is have previews of shows and movies. And sometimes they would have lunch in some of them, and then sometimes they would have where they would interview the cast. So I was able to see I was able to see shows before you even like what's that song that show Something Fall. They don't have it anymore, but I was able to see shows that were coming up, full episode of a show before it even came out, see a movie. Like it was I really love the day session. So people probably only want to go to the concerts. Don't miss the day sessions. You can stay as long as you want. A lot of times you may have you could buy some stuff, but there may be some giveaways and things of that nature that they have during the day sessions, and then you enjoy the concerts. And so in the concerts, the stadiums, they have different venues. They have smaller venues that you can go, so you have your seat in the stadium, and then within that whole place, then you like, okay, um SWV is going to be at this lounge or whatever, and then you go to that lounge, enjoy them, then you could come back, or you just it's really good. I really enjoyed myself the two times I went there. I really enjoyed it. And so But as I said, you go there by that, go with Team Reese. I think you should try it out. I think just it just I think New Orleans is just something that you should just try out. I think it's really a good time. Hey Edna, thank you for coming through. Happy Monday. I'm saying hi to Edna. 30 years ago, they flashed everything. Oh, so they don't really do that no more. The convention center. Thank you, Legacia. That's where it is. There's a convention center in the morning and the stadium. And literally I stay kind of like try to stay like maybe in the middle somewhere. So it was 15 minutes walking one way. You could always Uber if you're not a walker. And then I would walk 15 minutes the other way at night. And so and then both times, one time I went with two of my sisters, the other time I went with my sister and my mom, but my mom wasn't doing all this. My mom just kind of stayed in the hotel room. So I think it's really good to go. That's what I was thinking, yo. They sure did. So they probably tamed it down then, Mardi Gras, right? However, I only experienced that during Mardi Gras. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're not flashing. They're just not going around flashing everybody in New Orleans. It's not that kind of a town. Yes, they probably just got a little risque during Mardi Gras. And so let's go to something else now. It's like I got another one. Chicago, there is sometimes some cruise lines are only found one talk, and so that will explore the Great Lakes. If you want to do something like the Great Lakes, you can do that. And so I love Chicago as well. I think Team Reese is from, I don't know, they're from Illinois. I'm not sure if they're from Chicago. Life with V, for example, is from Illinois. And so maybe you could meet up with some YouTubers from while you're there as well. I've been there, I believe, twice. Or has it been? No. I've been there like three times. I've been there like three times. Millennial Park, they have what they call the Bean. That's a big thing there. Arts Institute of Chicago. Shop at the Magnificent Mile. There's a ferry wheel at the Navy Pier. 360 Chicago Observation Deck, Chicago Architectural River Tour, which I've done, Catch a Game at Wrigley Field, Shed Aquarium, which I did, Sky Deck at Willis Tower, which was used to be Sears Tower, which I've done also. And so I went there for talking about music around Labor Day, and I sent some clients there because my client's husband likes jazz. And around that time was, I believe, their one of their birthdays or anniversary. I can't remember at this time. And so they have a jazz festival. If you love jazz, like music, free of charge in Millennium Park for Labor Day weekend. And so if you like literally like all day, they will have like stuff going on. You just walk in free of charge. And so if you've never been to Chicago before, and as I just named off a good amount of things that you can do, if you like jazz, it was a great time. I had a really good time. They have great food as well in Chicago. And so there's a lot of things that you can do right there in Chicago. If you want to tag on a cruise and go to the Great Lakes, you can do as well. But if you've never been to Chicago, who has been to Chicago? Who has been to Chicago? Do you have a desire to go to Chicago? I know a lot of people don't really talk about Chicago, but I really enjoyed Chicago. It's so different from New York. It just has its own vibe. To me, it just has its own vibe, and I enjoyed it. Every time that I've gone there, and every time that I've gone there, try to do something different that I did not do before. The last time I went there was the time that I went to the jazz festival, and it just happened to be that that was going on. And so, one tip that I'm going to give you, out of probably all the others that I've given you already on this broadcast, is look and see what is happening where you're going. So I just happened to say, okay, what is happening in Chicago Labor Day weekend? And boom, it popped up, Jazz Festival. I was like, I am there. And so I wasn't going specifically for the festival. I was just gonna go there for a quick weekend. And then I realized that the festival was there. And I was just like, wow, like it was just like a perfect opportunity for me. So look and see like what's happening. Like, sometimes I will even see like, is like I'll look at Ticketmaster and say, okay, what artists are there? Like, is anybody doing a concert there that weekend? Like an artist that I would really love. And I'll look and see, like, okay, if there anybody doing concerts there, whether it be like a big venue or a small venue, I'll just see what is happening in that area while you are there, and then just take advantage of it. You're already there, just take advantage of these places, right? And as I said, you could always do that, take advantage of it. And then if you want to do a cruise or something else afterwards, beforehand, just tack it on afterwards. And so for those individuals who don't really like to do like little quick weekend trips, I like weekend trips because you can be able to do something you really want to do. And like say for example for Chicago, some places have, I don't know if you know about a city pass. There's a city pass which I've done before, and in the city pass, it is for one set price, and you're able to see several things with that one city pass, right? You don't have to, and then because it's the city pass, it's kind of all combined together. You will get it discounted. It will be discounted based upon if you decided to purchase each individual ticket. And I've done the city pass of Chicago, and for a weekend, 3 days, whatever. I was able to do everything on that city pass, and you get it in. And so, see, look at some places that may have a city pass. New York has a city pass. I believe Seattle has city passes. I think Tampa may even have one. But look at city passes for some of the places that you may be going. I did a city pass also for Pennsylvania, and had a list of things that I wanted to see. And then of course not only that, but then I would go and do other things as well outside of that, just to be able to really get a great experience out of it. Let's see who I may have missed. Um how I only experienced during Mardi Gras. Colleen says Essence was cool. The convention center and the super lounges were the move. Yes, exactly. I really enjoyed. It was just refreshing, the convention center. It's a huge place. It's not like I didn't feel crowded in the convention center. At the same time, I don't know if everybody goes to the convention center anyway, but it was very spaced out, huge. You walked around and you just went and played. And then the super lounges also was really great for the concerts. And so it may not be the biggest stars, but it may be the stars like, oh man, you really want to see this one, right? You want to see that one, maybe upcoming stars, maybe not, they're not mega yet, but they have a vibe, the music that you love to hear them. And so like it's a great opportunity to be able to hear them in a smaller venue. Now those venues may have limited seats, so just expect to stand in those type of venues in the lounges, but then see them, then go back and see. But I was just going back and forth. I was like, but then it kind of gets torn because say you really want to see somebody in the main stage, and then you have somebody in the lounge. It's like, okay, who do you really want to see more? And so you got to really judge it for yourself. Yolanda, Chicago is amazing. Been 2 or 2 times. It is amazing. I'm trying to get y'all to. I'm trying to get y'all to go to these places. I'm telling you, y'all don't want to. If people don't want to do internationally, there are places. Whether you do a cruise, whether you do a land vacation, there are places you can go. Great places. You just have to do a little bit of research. Just prepare yourself, and you'll be able to go to these nice places. Been there, done that. How many times have you been to Chicago, Tanya? We saying hi to each other. There are a lot of creators from our communities in Chicago, like Nettie, Kiki, Jen, Dot, and many more. I used to go the taste. Yeah. So therefore, oh, you love the food in Chicago? Nice pier, the Navy Pier. Okay. We live just under an hour from Chicago, so we are there fairly often. Next time in Chicago, I'm gonna reach out to you, Kiki. Just know that. Like come on down. Like where am I? Take the architecture tour on the river, worth every penny. I think I did a review, not a review. I showed the architectural tour, and I really enjoyed it. It was really nice. You are absolutely right. I really enjoyed that tour. It was really great. We used the City Pass in Seattle. It was great. Yes, exactly. The City Pass. Check out the City Pass. It's not in every city. Maybe some cities may have a version of it, but there's a company specifically called City Pass. and I have used it more than once, and I think it was very beneficial. Next time I go to Seattle, I'm definitely going to use that. I did only went to Seattle one time, so I think next time I'm going to just maybe 2 days, 3 days, and then try to just do everything with the city pass. I meant to put the word area, Chicago area. Okay, Chicago area, yes. Would be fun to do a meetup in that area. All right, Kiki. You got to put it together. Meet up in Chicago. Hi there. Hey, Big Murph. How you doing? Happy Monday. Oh, you've been to Chicago 6 times. Oh, you've been there a good amount of times then. So I'm sure you did everything that you're supposed to do in Chicago. Chicago has good food. I says, yes. So you got to, some people. Okay, so one thing I found out about the deep dish pizza. So it seems like the deep dish pizza in Chicago is more for us, right? Tell me, Kiki, if I'm wrong. I was talking to my friend and I was there, and we were on the architectural tour, and people was we were talking about the pizzas. They're like, they're like, there, that's really for y'all. Like, they probably prefer like New York pizza or some other pizza as well. But I've tried it. Like literally some places you go with that, and then the Chicago hot dog. You got to try the Chicago hot dog. Have you been to places and then they have their own hot dog and say, "Let me try." Are you a hot dog? Are you like me? Like if a place has its own hot dog, you're like, I'm gonna try it out. Like Seattle has their dog, Chicago, New York, whatever. Like they have their own hot dog, and I've tried it out. I liked it. It was cool. Um, Foodie, I've never been for the taste. Would love to do that. Okay. We're saying hi. Yes, the architecture tour is amazing, especially at night. Oh, I didn't do it at night. I did it during the day. That probably would be amazing with the lights and everything. Oh, I didn't even know they did it at during the night. Yes, deep dishes towards pizza. Yes, that's see, that's what somebody told me. The good stuff is tavern style. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what somebody said. They was like, yeah, that's for y'all. That's not for us. We like it's oh, you call it tavern style. I think he used another name, but I definitely knew it wasn't the deep, thick, deep dish pizza whatever floats your boat is here. Happy Monday. Okay, so let's go through. Okay, so we did Chicago. Let's go to the Galveston. Who has sailed out of Galveston, Texas? You don't want to travel internationally. Here are your options. And so Galveston, Texas cruises go to Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, Belize, Honduras, Costa Rica, Panama Canal, Panama, Europe, Lisbon. They'll go international, full Panama Canal transit, South America, Colombia. And so, therefore, what is some of the cruise lines? Carnival, Disney, MSC, NCL, Princess Regent, and Royal Caribbean. Now, things to do in Galveston. So now, a lot of people may not necessarily stay in Galveston. You could also stay in Houston and then take maybe Galveston Express or something to get to the cruise ship. And so we have Stewart Beach, East and Historical District, Bishop's Palace, the Grand 1894 Opera House, Galveston Island Brewery, right? That would be some things you can do in Galveston. Now, if you decide to stay in Houston and then, the day of the cruise, then take something to get to the cruise ship in Galveston, choice of 19 museums in Houston's Museum District. You have the Space Center, Houston Museum of Natural Science, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. So if you've never seen a rodeo, wouldn't mind seeing a rodeo. Some things I've never done. I would just like to just see it. I've seen it on TV. I wouldn't mind seeing one and seeing how it is. Shop at the Galleria, the largest mall in Texas. The Holocaust Museum, a tour of Houston, murals, Houston Zoo, and the Butterfly Center. So there's a lot of things you can do between Galveston and Houston alone. Now, I have never sailed out of Galveston. The reason why I would want to sail out of Galveston, I still want to try out the Jubilee. I kind of want to complete complete the fact that I've sailed on Mardi Gras, I've sailed on Celebration, and I have not done Jubilee. So for the right price, and if I could fit into my schedule, I would not mind. Because I don't know, I feel like Jubilee is just gonna stay there. I don't know if they're gonna finally reposition it. I think they have the Star of Texas on it and all that stuff. So I feel like that may just stay there. And so I would not mind just being able to just sail on that ship. even if it's a short cruise. Who sailed on Jubilee? That have y'all sailed on? Is okay. Yolo said Galveston never sailed out of Texas. Shay says. Yolo says yes. Galveston is not my favorite. Why is Galveston not your favorite though? Let me know. Is it the place itself? Did you stay in Galveston? Did you stay in Houston? Is it the port itself? Like, what is it about Galveston? For people like me who've never sailed out of it, they're like that would kind of discourage me, or maybe never sailed out of Galveston. Daughter lives in Houston, have sailed several times. Okay. Oh, that's good. What have you sailed on? Have you done Jubilee, Legacia? Let me know. Have you done? Because I would like to do at least Jubilee. I'm not sure what other. I mean, I know the cruise lines that are there, but I'm not sure what necessarily the cruise ships. I wonder if Jubilee may be one of the biggest that's there. I could be wrong. But I wonder if Jubilee is one of the biggest, one of the newest that is there. Because literally it was a new ship and they put it right there. That's what Carnival did. And so, what is next? I know that I did this. Hold on for a second. The next we're going to California. Now, who has sailed out of California? Put it in the comments. Who has sailed out of California? So we have this must be an old spreadsheet. I'm just gonna go over some of the places, and then you can tell me if you've sailed there, and I can tell you like if I've sailed there too, out of there. So we have San Diego, we have Los Angeles, and we have San Francisco. And so who has sailed out of any of those places? San Diego, San Francisco. Um, Let me know in the comments if you have sailed out of any of those places. I have sailed out of um I guess Long Beach, you could say. I've sailed out of Long Beach because I've done Panorama, I have done the Radiance, and those cruises were the Mexican Riviera cruises. Radiance was just like a short cruise just to Mexico. Of course, you can go also, do a Panama Canal cruise and go through that and do like a full transit. And so, therefore, if you once again, if it will reposition you somewhere in maybe Miami. Sometimes those cruises will position you all the way over into New York. Some cruises, just like MH Family Adventures. Raquel is talking about a cruise, and her on Holland America is going to places like Santa Barbara, San Francisco, places I've never been to. And so I know that Princess, for example, have done those type of cruises, but I didn't know Holland America did it until she showed it. I would even do a cruise that it has to hit a foreign port because of the Jones Act. It's not going to be able to just go to those places. So I would do a cruise that would cover those places, and because I've never been, it'd be experience. And so I am going on a cruise in San Diego, and I am going to go, a day before, and I'm going to try and just experience San Diego. I've been to Long Beach before, and I've been to Long Beach, and it's like LA is right there. And so what did I do when I was there? I went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, which was delicious, by the way. I think somebody I knew said that they had it, but it wasn't all that. But the location I went to was really great. I saw the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I went closer so I could get a picture of the Hollywood sign. And so, like, I know some people don't like to fly in the day before. They just want to save some money. But you're missing out on opportunities of really being able to see some of these places and what they're known for. And so I really enjoyed my time. I took a cab from my ear, and I stayed at, I think, the same hotel the same time, like a Holiday Inn, which I put on my page. I went and also did a like there was a celebrity restaurant. I love celebrity chefs. and being able to try out their food. And some celebrity chefs don't have one in New York and one in California and all over the place, and so they mostly have their restaurants in California. And I was able to go there and enjoy this great meal from this celebrity chef. And so just to do things like that is just phenomenal to be able to get it done. And so I know that TJ's not here. He's he lives out there. So he has been on multiple cruises. So have you considered cruising out of California? TJ did. TJ did one to Hawaii, right? And so therefore that'd be great, to be able to do a Hawaiian cruise as well. And so these are just some of the places that you can do. You can go also to Alaska as well. So let me see who been did I'll say let's see who's there. I think I don't want to miss anybody. I've sailed out of Los Angeles. Okay, good. What you thought about it? How did you think about sailing out of Los Angeles, and what was your cruise ship? Been to California, San Diego, and Palm Spring, but haven't sailed. Oh wow. Okay, you have to sail. Maybe do one of the casino offers. Maybe you can get like a cruise ship over there. California is on my list to do soon. Okay, good, good. The live, everyone. Like the live. Thank you so much, Shay. Like the live. Hit that like button. Navigate the seas out of LA. I've been to California. Okay. Mine too. Okay, okay, good. Maybe I could partner up. Legacia, YOLO, let's do some partner up here. So you don't have to feel like unless you're going with your family and stuff like that. I want to knock off the West Coast Mexican Riviera. I love the Mexican Riviera. I That's what I did on Panorama, and it was a great cruise. I'm doing it again this year. That's what I'm doing out of San Diego. It was just great. 7 days. You have space in between, so you can enjoy the ship as well. And then I just loved it. I just love those ports of Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. Just beautiful places. And, especially if you're so used to Cancun and Cozumel and, stuff on the East Coast, it's just kind of good to be able to see something different on the West Coast, right? And just see those places that you've never been to. So speaking about just experiencing something different, a place that you've never been to before, and leaving right out of mainland United States, taking a cruise to Mexico, to places you've never been to before, and coming right back and then flying home. I think it's a no-brainer. Just try it out for yourself. I've done so. I'm excited to do it. The last time I did not vlog it. And so I'm doing different things I've never done before on this one, and I am going to vlog my experience. I didn't vlog it because it was the beginning of the channel, and I went on Panorama on it, and so I enjoyed Panorama. I didn't even vlog Panorama like that, in terms of like the ship tour and all the things of that nature that I'm doing now. I don't know if even I did a room review, and I think it was kind of like fairly new back then when I did it, when I went on Panorama. So now I'm going to take the advantage of it, and another cruise line that I've never been on before. So it's going to be fun times. Seattle, Washington. Now we just I forgot I forgot who said they did the city pass out of Seattle, Washington. I went to Alaska out of Seattle, Washington. And so I went to Seattle, Washington. So therefore, out of Seattle, Washington, you're going to get Alaska, right? That's one of the things that you're going to get. And I think just being able to do Seattle and some of these places you go to, it's not like you need to stay like a week, really, to be able to get like most out of the place, right? You can do as we said, the city pass, and it gives you the major things you can do, and like a good 3 days. There's other things you can do on there. But I really enjoyed it. I left Seattle out of Discovery Princess. Discovery Princess is one of my favorite princess ships. I just enjoyed it. I took it more or less when it first came out, so it was like maybe 2 or 3 sailings in when I took it for my Alaskan cruise, and I just enjoyed that experience. And so who has sailed out of Seattle. And so I am coming down to my end almost. And because we have Hawaii and Alaska. Hawaii now, you can either take it from California, and I would love to go to Hawaii very expensive. Who would like to go to Hawaii? I don't even know if anybody has even offered it as like a group cruise or anything. It can be very expensive. You have the option of flying all the way over to Honolulu, to be on Norwegian. Norwegian is the only cruise line really that does 7 day cruises where you can see all of the islands. That's They're the only one that really do it. So then it's like, okay, but even if you do that, because they leave out of Oahu, Honolulu, even if you do that, you would have to at least stay 2 or 3 days. The one thing that Norwegian does, they have it called like the ship tours, meaning the land tours, I mean. And so you can have it where they'll put you up in a hotel every morning. They will pick you up for an excursion, and then you'll be able to see all the things that you want to see, or the main things in Honolulu, whether it be the Polynesian Center, whether it be the Dole Plantation, whether it be Pearl Harbor. So all these things. And on the day of the cruise, you'll do another excursion before they drop you off at the cruise ship. Now, you can decide to do that, or you could decide to just plan everything on your own. And so there's so many options, or you could decide to sail out of California. Sailing out of California now kind of gives you that, okay, you're going to do more days, right? Maybe 15 or 16 days. And so if you're still working, maybe you don't want to spend 15 and 16 days. Or maybe that you know that if you're spending 15, 16 days, it's going to probably eat up a lot of your vacation time. But even though eats up your vacation time, maybe you'll decide that year, like, okay, I'm not going to travel that much that year, because maybe that's a bucket list item for you. So I have it on my list. I'm Every once in a while, from time to time, I'm looking to see what the price of it is for NCL, knowing that I'm going to have to do a flight and how much that would be. If I decide to do things on my own, like what hotel would I stay at? Then in terms of excursions, like am I booking it through Viator or something of that nature to get to do the things? So it's just so many moving parts to me when it comes to Hawaii. If you're trying to see like what your budget is, and then when it comes to Alaska, Alaska was beautiful. It leaves out of different places in California, like San Francisco, like San Diego, and there's also, where you could do land tours, which I've never done. Next time I go to Alaska, I want to not only do the common places, but I would love to go and see Anchorage and Fairbanks and those kind of places, and then go up in one of those lodges that they'll set you up in. Princess is known for these having these lodges that they own. Like some have lodges, but they don't necessarily own it. And then put you up in these lodges and be able to go on the rail or the train and go to these beautiful places and see this beautiful wildlife and nature. And so these are some of the things you can go if you do not. My time is almost up. If you do not want to travel or go on a plane internationally, these are some of the things that you can do. And so I'm going to go through the comments again. Mhm. I want to knock out the West Coast Mexican Riviera. Yes, yes. It's great. I think everybody should try it at least once. Try it. You've done Cozumel, you've done Cancun, whether you've done all that other stuff on the Coast. Go over to the West Coast. People love Cabo. Cabo has become really a popular place, even for all inclusive resorts. You do have to kind of know where to stay, because if you stay in the wrong place in Cabo, in one of those all-inclusive resorts, the waters will be too choppy. So you have to just know where to stay when you go, if you decide to just fly over there to Cabo. Seattle's on my bucket list up for the U.S. cities for a long time. Grey's Anatomy fan. I went 2 years ago and loved it. Going back soon. Oh, it's great. I was trying to just get like a 3 day weekend. It's going to probably have to be a weekend trip that's not connected to a holiday, because every time I tried to do a holiday, it was just ridiculous. And so I definitely want to go back, just do 3 days, do the city pass, and get to do everything that I didn't do. And then they have a good food scene, and I feel like I really haven't explored the food scene also in Seattle. So I would love to do that. Odyssey, Hawaii, and Alaska were our favorite cruises. Ah, I'm so jealous with the Hawaii. What did you do for Hawaii? Did you do the 15-day cruise, or did you go NCL and do the 7 day? But Alaska was beautiful. If you've never done Alaska, try Alaska out. I went in May, and so okay, this is the thing. So many people think that Alaska, you're gonna be like, there's freezing, right? I went in May, yes. With the ship moving, it was very chilly up top. They had minimal stuff going on at top. Well, they did have stuff, but whoever wanted to brave it could see, the movies and things of that nature on the Lido deck. Maybe when it's not moving as fast, and people were in hot tubs. But at the end of the day, once I started getting off these ports, I was in my hoodie at Skagway. Juneau, I was like, this is really warm. I was getting warm and I had like a nice coat on and it was getting really warm. By the time I got to Skagway, I was walking around with a hoodie. That's it. And then Ketchikan was very rainy. So I needed like, everything, poncho, umbrella, and all that other stuff. And so don't let the weather or what you feel like it would be scare you off. Because I feel like you don't want to go if I feel like if you go too later in the year, first of all, if you go maybe in the beginning of the season, it may be cheaper to get some better deals for Alaska. If you go early in the season, you go the time of the summer, a lot of people then is out of school. More people is going to be trying to go around that time because they feel the weather is more favorable, and so therefore it may jack up the price. It may be more expensive. And so I feel like just try it out. Like just try May. I enjoyed May and I would recommend going in May and then and see it for yourself. I think everybody should try Alaska at least one time. I think so. We flew to Honolulu and got on the oh, you did that. Okay, wow. Okay. That's what I was thinking about doing, but the flights and I just couldn't I would want a straight flight. I just could not see myself being sitting up for all those hours, and I would want to do like something where I could lay flat, and so that becomes more expensive unless I'm doing points. And then I was contemplating just doing the tour with Norwegian. Did you do the tour with Norwegian where you stayed with them for 3 days in advance, or did you do the or did you just kind of just went the day before or what have you? Um, I would love to go to Hawaii. Love to go. See, a lot of people love to go to Hawaii. We stayed 3 weeks. Ooh, 1 week before the cruise, then a week after. Oh, that's amazing. So I know you have to rent a car for that. Wow, I didn't realize all y'all were there that long. That is awesome. That is amazing. Yes. We gave up all the trips to do that one bucket list trip for our 30th. So that's what I was saying, right? So sometimes you like it may be possible that yeah, I'm cruising and going all these places here, but then that one trip that you really want to do, it may be something where you're like, okay, this may be it for the year. If I'm going to do this one big thing, then maybe something smaller, maybe weekend trips, but it's not going to be all of these different things. It's going to be it's going to have to be like where and maybe that for me, if I decide to do that one year, maybe I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do something else, it's going to be smaller, it's going to be shorter. It's going to be something that like I'm really going to minimize the budget for other things because I really want to do that bucket list item. And so, wow, that's amazing. I'm glad you was able to do that. Happy belated anniversary. Um, I'm not allowed to even look at a Hawaiian cruise. His My hubby number one, he's a golfer, so okay. Land is the only way. Yeah, I think you got to add some land in there. You do. I'll be in Alaska in September. What cruise line you doing, Tanya? In September. What cruise line you deciding? Is it Royal? You love Royal, so it got to be Royal, right? We went to Alaska in July. Perfect weather. Okay, perfect weather. Of course, yeah, perfect weather in July. Hashtag PMB if you want to be able to if you want to be able to show what your channel is. I would love to go when it's cold, less clothes to bring. Okay. Let's go. Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense. We're in August. I want to go early when snow is on the ground. I figure go early too, so you can really see. I'm sure, like by the time you go in the summer, right, then the glaciers will start to melt and things of that nature. So I feel like going like in the early part of the season. Usually starts April. So some cruise ships may start as early as the end of April. So I went in May. Some cruise lines start in May, and so just compare the price. Just for your own information, just compare the price. Compare the price of something at the beginning of the season to something in the summer. If you don't have a cruise deal or like casino deal or anything, just compare the price and see which is cheaper. Across different cruise lines, and see if maybe there's a better bargain from other than doing one over the other. No, we booked everything ourselves. We flew Philly to Cali, stayed overnight, then G G went to LA to Honolulu. Much easier. Okay. But did you do the reverse going back? Did you stay one night in LA coming back, and then the next day then did a flight going back to Philly? Is that what you decided to do? I think my boss did something similar to that because he didn't like flying anyway, and I think he did something like that where he stayed in LA. Boom, things something of that nature. Um, Charles, hey, House of X, how are you? Happy for coming through. Not gonna lie, was super expensive, but so worth every penny. Of course, yeah. I know. You don't even have to tell me the amount. I just know based upon what I was looking at, that it was expensive. Yeah, I know it would be expensive. However way you cut it, especially since you stayed there like a week before, just the rental, the hotel itself, all of that adds up. But as you said, you can put a price tag on something because you can, right? But the fact that the experience, it was your 30th, you remember that for years to come. What an amazing time you had. And so even though it was like you worth, because you had that amazing experience, it was worth every penny. And so this is the thing, that what we love about cruising, right? Say for example, they may have cruises right now. It is 2026. They may have cruises all the way up until 2028, right? Find that cruise, pay down on it. If it's a cruise line that has, like, some cruise lines are getting into this, like, okay, a refundable fare or a non-refundable fare. And so, but if you don't have if it's not a cruise line that has that, then okay, you book it, you start paying down on it. The price drops, then you take advantage of the fact that the price drops, and then they'll give you a credit because the price drops. So you go through your travel agent, if you didn't book it by yourself, and then you just go that way and you go that route. And so it may take you 2 years to the point where it's like, okay, I'm paying down on this. I know I want to go. And for those individuals, we had a great conversation with Rockwell from MH Family Adventures. Do the insurance. That's all you have to do. Don't say it's too far out. Just do the insurance. That's all. If you do the insurance, then anything happens, then you'll get your money back if you have the right insurance. You have the right insurance, especially if it's like cancel anytime or what have you. Just do the insurance to be able to have that peace of mind. And then, I was like, okay, I can't go again, or something happened, what have you. And then just file the claim, cancel the booking, file the claim so that you can get your money back for your cruise. Anthony overseas, whoever is giving the offer is my favorite. Okay, yes. Especially if it's the same places. I agree, Tanya. If it's the same places, right? You're going to the same places. For example, if it's Ketchikan, Juneau, Skagway, whoever's the cheapest, right? Um, then do so. Let's see. Good. You okay? We're saying hi more. Exactly. Yes. Okay, so I think that's our time. I think, thank you so much for coming. It's been more than an hour, and so I think now we know what we can do, and we have so many options that we can choose from. I think, and so right now I know that we are over time, but Carlene is having her live. It started at 7. See it with C, and so let's go over there and rush Carlene's live. And so hashtag PMB Rush. Let's rush her. And I'm going to go over there right now. Thank you so much for coming, supporting this live. And I wish you a blessed, happy week. And for everybody that's here. And until next time, happy travels. Good night, everybody.